Anyway, starting a late night stream, nothing too crazy. Just kind of keeping myself preoccupied. No work in the AM. I see everybody's out watching Craven the Hunter, and boy, oh boy, is that movie getting review bombed by everyone. And when I mean everyone, I mean everyone. I honestly had hope that Craven the Hunter was going to be a decent movie. I can't wait to see it myself to see if it's really as bad as everybody says it is. Um, the trailers look good, but yeah, from what everybody's saying, it's just not a really good movie. But I think everybody pretty much had their doubts that it was going to be a good Craven the Hunter movie. They just expected it to be a good action movie, which is pretty wild. And then of course you got the announcement that the the whole spin-off universe came to an end, which is surprising. I guess maybe that's why Sony didn't try too hard with this one because they're like, look, it's the last hurrah. We're just not going to tell anybody until it gets close to the movie's release date. Anyway, I ended up checking out Creature Commandos, episode 1 and 2. And I gotta honestly say I liked both episodes. I think episode 2 was a little bit more fun for me to watch. It really got into the origin story of the bride, which was really messed up. Like she's been trying to get away from this dude Frankenstein since like the early 1800s. And then of course you had the creator. I can't think of what the guy's name was though, but he was messing with her on that type of level. Like she fell for him, and then Frankenstein ended up taking him out. And then of course you had um Rick Flag Sr., who had his relationship with the princess. So James Gunn really went crazy with this show. But I did like the fight between, I guess it was Cersei, I think that's her name, and the bride. Like that fight was really good. I'm glad that it just wasn't all about Cersei, if that's her name, using her powers to take out the bride. I like how she was getting her butt handed to her. I feel like we're getting the fight. Oh yeah, the Rick Flag fight with the skeleton, whatever his name is, doctor something. I think he was a doctor. I thought that was pretty cool. I liked how he was being affected. The question he was hitting him. It wasn't like he was just hitting him and nothing was happening. He had to use like an oven mitten and a bunch of other stuff. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, I think I gave both shows an 8.5 out of 10. I really don't review a lot of shows just for the simple fact that I know they're not going to get a lot of views. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna check this out and review it. So I think episode 3 already dropped. I'm gonna definitely check it out and review it as well. I can't wait to see what it's about. But I hope this show is gonna be good. I'm trying to keep an open mind to it, man. I think some of the people are pretty negative when it comes to the stuff James Gunn has in the pipeline. And I've talked about it time and time again. So I don't know when the next time I bring up any more James Gunn videos. Probably the next time something serious comes up. I know we all just kind of sitting back, waiting for a Superman trailer. I wouldn't be surprised if it comes out during the Super Bowl, just because all the eyes are going to be on TV, whether people are a fan of either team or not. All eyes are going to be on the Super Bowl just for the football, and of course the um the commercials. I always watch it for the commercials. Excuse me, it's a little late. I think getting close to midnight, and I did another trailer. No, I only did one video for tomorrow. I actually didn't plan on doing any videos for tomorrow, but I just said screw it. Why not just go ahead and do a video and get it out the way? I've been getting back into my live streaming, of course. I did a live stream Sunday, live streaming now. I got another one coming on Sunday again. Just slowly getting back into it. My goal is to just keep going at it consistently. Um, that's all I'm gonna say about that. As always, I'm always thanking everybody who's watching my videos, watching my live streams, that just supports my channel. Greatly appreciate it. Um, Let me see. I'm actually kind of let anybody in the stream. I'm gonna just post this out there in case anybody wants to go ahead and jump in. So I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming though, but anybody wants to go ahead and jump in, if you happen to see this, go ahead and jump in. So I'll put the link in the description. Um, yeah, I mean, I guess Sony was really pushing hard for people to go see the the Craven Hunter movie, right? Because they, let people see the first 8 minutes of the movie, which I did watch, and it looked good. But my whole thought when I go into these movies is going into it with a clear mind, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't go into it overthinking anything because I want to, I want to go in with a clear mind and just say, okay, let me watch this movie and see exactly what's up with this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's always something with these Craven Hunter with these Sony films. I mean, I think Sony made the right decision by pulling the plug on the spin-off universe. I don't want to talk too much about it because I'm gonna do a whole live stream about it on Sunday. But I think they did a good job with pulling the plug on this spin-off universe. Um, a lot of the thoughts have shifted to Marvel because you got Captain America, OG Captain America back. Um, Chris Evans, and everybody's thinking like, what does this mean for Sam? And I've seen a couple videos where people are saying that, oh man, he's pissed off behind the scenes. He's upset because of the simple fact that he's you know, he's getting pushed to the side. You know what I'm saying? And I would hope that, I would hope that the powers that be, Disney, Marvel, y'all ran it by the man first. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got the idea to bring back the OG Captain America. We know you got a movie coming out, but we wanted to bring back the OG Captain America. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not for a big role, but just for a role. And the fact that it leaked out 2 months before Brave New World, or whatever you want to call it, is messed up. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's gonna get anybody excited to see the movie. I just think that um it was just something that Marvel is doing because it's been a lot of people questioning for years now, ever since the Avengers Endgame, who is going to be the new pillars, and I've talked about that as well. And now we don't have any pillars. It's just kind of like a free for all. You know what I'm saying? Like there's nobody really out there to lead this new MCU charge. If it was me, I guess depending on how long y'all can keep um Spider-Man around, he would be a pillar. Captain America will be a pillar, and I can't think of who would be the third leg, but it needs somebody to be that third leg of this new MCU. The same way you had Iron Man, Captain America, OG Captain America, and Thor. So who's going to be the new pillar to lead this new MCU? I just feel like Marvel really has to get their ducks in a row. I think they've been trying to get directors to direct the movies for the Avengers, and they couldn't get nobody. So they said, okay, we're just going to go back to the formula that works. But the thing that made the formula work for, the Russo brothers was everything was lining up almost as close to perfect as you can get in the MCU. And then fast forward, things just haven't been going that well. You know what I'm saying? So it just it sucks. You know what I'm saying? Just to see that everybody is bashing um the MCU because they're going back and getting some of the OG characters, which I don't know if eventually they thought that was what's going to happen, but it's what's happening. Sorry about that. So, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Um, I don't know if there's any other actor that Marvel could have found to play Victor Von Doom. A lot of people are kind of shaking their heads at the fact that they brought back Robert Downey Jr. and he's getting paid a crap load of cash to come back and play this character. I mean, millions of dollars. I think they pretty much threw out the red carpet, maybe the gold carpet, if you want to make that up. And then, of course, you got Chris Evans coming back. You still got Chris Hemsworth in the MCU because of Thor, and I hope that he does come back and do a fourth Thor, and make it more serious, but also a little bit of jokey because the last film was straight garbage. Just like I wish you could just wipe the taste out of your mouth of that movie. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad it was. So, yeah, I don't understand why we got the last Thor film the way that it was. I think Taco Waititi said he didn't even see any of the. He wasn't a big superhero fan. I think he just did the movie just to do the movie. But moving on, man. We're currently in the phase with 5 or 6 of the MCU, and fans are not as excited about any MCU projects we got going on right now, unfortunately. And it's not too surprising, being that the MCU has just been in a really rough state lately. And we're gonna have to see how Kevin Feige and the team are gonna get them out of this mess. I think they should just kind of like sit down and have a real good story, a real good, just talk about where they want it to go. Because I don't think you can keep leading with straight, bullshit, and then just let everything ride the way that it is, and then eventually get to the last movie and be like, okay, get to the next phase and be like, okay, this is where we're gonna kind of really focus. It's like, no, you need to focus as y'all go along. Like I said, take a page out of um James Gunn's book and wait till y'all have all your ducks in a row before y'all throw stuff out there. Don't um just throw everything out there, you know, without planning it out, because that's the main problem the Marvel has been having. They've been throwing everything out there without actually thinking, and it's been dooming the MCU. And it's made it hard for fans to get excited, especially with all the talk of Captain America: Brave New World and all the reshoots that it's going through. Fans are not excited to see that movie. Word of mouth is not being good. So maybe that's the whole reason it was announced that Captain America OG, Captain America Chris Evans, is coming back, because there's no excitement right now around the MCU. So Marvel's like, all right, we got to make a move. Nobody's cared. Nobody is worried about the new Captain America movie. It's been going through multiple reshoots. From what a lot of people have been saying, it's going through a fourth reshoot right now, and it just makes you wonder, like, what is the whole purpose behind them making this movie just for it to go through another reshoot? I don't get it. Like, 4 reshoots, man. Y'all cannot get something down with 4 reshoots. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? This is where Kevin Feige needs to take a page out of James Gunn book and say, okay, I am, officially done with the way we've been doing things. We really got to plan this out. And you got to plan it out now while you're still in this phase. Don't wait until, this phase is over. We're just going to ride this out. And then when we get to the next one, that's where we're going to really focus. Because it's showing in the movie theaters that you can't just slap a Marvel name across these open titles and get fans in seats. Fans are tired. They want good product, and that's not what we've been getting. So, Marvel's got to tighten up. And this is where I really hope with DC coming back next year. I hope they come strong. I hope they come hard. I hope that James Gunn is ready to show out. Don't leave no stone unturned. Show the hell out. Because I want James Gunn to light a fire under Marvel's ass and show them we're coming back stronger. This ain't the old DCEU. We coming back better than what we did before. You know what I'm saying? They have to. Because this is the only shot that DC has. If they don't do good now, it is game over. Anyway, if anybody comes in, please hit that like button. I did put up the link for anyone to jump in. Um, so yeah, definitely y'all gotta come hard, DC. James Gunn. I did, like I said, watch the first few episodes of Creature Commandos because I was very curious to see how it was going to turn out, and I did see a couple reviews, but it was after I decided to check it out. Also, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button, please. So yeah, I decided to check out Creature Commandos, like I said earlier, and I thought it was pretty good. And I can't wait to see what episode 3 is going to be about. I'm pretty sure, depending on how many episodes it's going to be, which I hope is maybe like a 10 to 15 episode show. I'm tired of seeing the 6 to 7 to 8 episode shows. Like we got that with Marvel, and it's gotten really, really draining and really, really boring. That a lot of these shows have been so cut, it's just not exciting. So I hope that with DC we start getting longer episodes, like maybe like 10 to 15 at least, because that's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? I want to see longer episodes again, um, because if you take a comic book story and you cut it up that much so you can only fit it in 6 to 7 episodes, fans are not going to want to watch it. So you got to make it worth fans' while. That's just my 2 cents. But like I said, saw Creature Commandos, enjoyed it. I see a lot of people talking about the Craven Hunter film and how bad it's doing. So it's like I still want to see it for myself just to see if it's as bad as everybody says it is. I don't even want to wait till it comes to streaming. I want to see it while still in theater. But I've seen some of the posts people have posted, and the theaters haven't had a lot of people in them from the pictures they've posted on social media. And I guess that's to be expected. But nobody knew this was going to be the last go around when it came to the Spider-Man spin-off universe. Everybody thought there was going to be another movie in the pipeline. And yet here we are, and this is the last hurrah. Am I shocked or disappointed? Not really. Not really. Um, so it is what it is. Um, I think eventually fans will eventually move on. I know we still got the animated movie with Miles Morales. Sorry about that. I'm probably gonna show up real wonky right now. So I know we still got the animated movie with Miles Morales, and then you still have what is it? This Miles Morales movie. You've got I forgot the other movie that should be coming out. Um, for whatever reason, we got the Noir with Nicolas Cage, and then you have the I think there's only two. You got the Noir movie with Nicolas Cage, and then you also got the animated Miles Morales movies. So it is a little bit of Spider-Man left. Oh yeah, that's the thing they're working on. So Marvel is not Marvel, but Sony is still working with Marvel with the fourth Spider-Man film. So they got some good stuff coming out. I just don't understand why they got the newer Spider-Man story coming out with Nicolas Cage. I don't get it. It's like Sony keeps trying to throw a bunch of random stuff out there to see what's working, and it's like who really cares? Truthfully, who's out here excited to see what Sony has to offer? Nothing they're doing is worth checking out. So it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, like I was saying earlier, man, DC, you got to come hard. You got to come hard. You got to bring your A game, cause This is the last hurrah. And I've said it so many times. There is no Zack Snyder coming through that door if this does not work out. You know what I'm saying? No Zack Snyder coming through that door. Kind of bear with me here for a minute. Yeah, they've got to get it together. No Zack Snyder coming through that door if y'all manage to not get this right. So, y'all gotta really chill out. And I hope that James Gunn because really shows out. Because I've said this too. I feel like what I feel is this, people are coming into this new DCU. I don't think with high expectations as far as a fan goes, but it's like I think everybody wanted that whole regular Justice League, um, you know, lineup happening. They wanted the Superman, the Batman, the Wonder Woman. They wanted all those hero stories to be told first, right? And then they wanted the big superhero team up. But for whatever reason, James Gunn decided to go in a completely different direction. Be like, nah, we ain't finna do that. We're gonna go in a complete different direction. Um, I'm gonna give you a Superman movie, and then we're gonna throw everything else out there. I saw there was an announcement. I didn't check it out. I probably did a video about it. Clayface of all characters. Now I don't know if this is part of the DCU or this is some type of spinoff from the what is it? The Batman universe with Robert Pattinson. I don't know. But we getting a Clayface movie. Why? I don't know. But yeah, of all people. I mean, I guess you would take an unlikely character and try and give him a movie and go from there, I guess. I know everybody would think the Joker, but we just had the Joker. We've had multiple years of the Joker, whether it's been live action and animated. I think everybody's pretty much jokered out at this point. I didn't even watch the last one that came out. I didn't see a reason to see it. I didn't see a reason to see it. Why? For what purpose? Um, I that once they said it was coming out, I'm like, okay, cool, but what's the story behind it? Nobody knew what the story was. All that kept being said was the fact that it was going to be the only thing that kept being said was the fact that it was going to be a musical and the fact that it was going to be it was going to have Lady Gaga in it. That's the only thing that people knew about that movie. Aside from that, it's like, what else did anybody really know about that movie? Nothing. And I didn't see it. I don't plan on watching it. And the other movie that came out recently, I still don't plan on watching. Maybe unless I'm bored. Is what's the other one? The Last Venom, the third film. I think I did a trailer reaction to it. Yes, I did, and I've talked about it several times, but I don't plan on watching it. I just don't see a reason to see it either. It's not because it's the last film. It's just because I didn't like the first two Venom movies, and I didn't really see a reason to see this one. I did like the trailer. I just didn't see a reason to see this one. That's just my 2 cents. You know. But anyway, like I said, anybody coming in, hit that like button. This is just kind of a late stream. I'm not sure if I'm looking too wonky on YouTube because I've done it where I've showed my face before and it looks really crappy. So I don't know how it's looking right now. Thumbs up if it is look good. Thumbs down if it doesn't. But like I said, just a late stream I'm doing right now. Kind of dipping my toes back into the streaming world. Uh, I'm trying to be as consistent as I possibly can with this. I think the last stream I did before this one and my last one was last month. So this is just me trying to just be as consistent as I possibly can. This one here is just a surprise one. I ain't even planning on streaming tonight. I just did one video. Guard, got it up. Should be up within a matter of hours. And then yeah, I decided to just stream. I was like, fuck it, why not stream? But like I said, Sony Spin-off Universe, that'll be the main It'll be the topic of discussion for Sunday, but it's just a topic. We could talk about other stuff. Um, like I said, there's Marvel and the direction they're currently going in. I'll have to look up what 2025 movies are coming out. That could be something I could talk about. We could discuss that. Um, like I said, I already saw Creature Commandos, both episode 1 and 2. Kind of waiting to episode 3 drop, then I'll check that out. I never did officially get to the end of the Penguin though. I did watch like the last episode. I got like halfway through it. Maybe I was at the beginning of it, and then I didn't finish it. So I got to check that out and see what's up with that, because I want to watch the end of that. Everybody said that show was good, and it was. I was really into it. Same thing with excuse me, Agatha all along. I got into Agatha. Like the first 3 or 4 episodes weren't that good. They were okay, but it was like once you got to the end where you know Tommy, Timmy, whatever the boy's name is, I can't think. The brother. Once his big reveal of who he was, which everybody knew who he was, came out to the team, I was like, okay, yeah, now things are starting to pick up. But I'll admit, um, the Penguin, yeah, was head and shoulders above Agatha all along. I'll admit that. Yeah, Agatha all along didn't have nothing on the Penguin. That show was leaps and bounds better, and I'm very happy that we got that show. It kind of sucks that Colin Farrell wouldn't want to reprise his role as the Penguin, because I would like to see if the show ended that good, if we can get a season 2. I'm surprised they didn't just find somebody who already had the weight on them to play Penguin. And maybe the studio decided to look out for certain actors and say, okay, we're gonna bring in Colin Farrell, and we're just gonna have him in this suit. Because I was surprised when they first announced him as a Penguin. I'm like, Colin Farrell, but I'm like, nah, man, he ain't like this. You know, I just don't see it. To me, the scariest Penguin still to this day is Danny DeVito, who played the Penguin back in the '90s, or was it the '80s? I think it was the '90s. That Batman film, still the craziest looking Penguin to this day. Nobody's come close to the top and the ugliness of that Penguin. But like I said, late night streaming, anybody. If you want to jump in, I do got the link in the description box. I normally don't do any open streams. So I do got Yo Saru coming in saying, I like the fact that they are using prosthetics and makeup and allowing actors to act. Yeah, I mean, Colin Farrell killed the shit out of that role. I don't know who the chick was who played the Falcon, as far as the female chick, but yeah, they did a really, really, really good job with like all of the makeup and everything. It looked really good. It looked badass. And I still gotta finish it. I still gotta finish it. But from everything I watched, I was literally watching every episode back to back to back until I caught up. I'm trying to get into a habit of just watching stuff as soon as it drops, rather than having to wait until it gets to the end. Instead of binge watching it, because it takes up too much time, and I'd rather just watch it while it's going. But yeah, all of the makeup and everything they did looked really, really good. And I'm very curious to see what they do with the rest of this Batman universe. Because I know the director wants it to be more of a realistic thing instead of like with all the hokiness. But I'm like, Batman fights a bunch of crazy villains. You got the Joker, you got Poison Ivy, you got Clayface, you got uh was it the Riddler, you got the Mad Hatter. I'm trying to think of the Scarecrow. So you got all these different villains in here who just aren't regular, normal looking villains. You know what I'm saying? They aren't regular people. They're out there, like crazy out there. And I just think that the director needs to loosen the reins. I know he's only got 2 movies left. A lot of people were saying the second one should probably have I forgot. He got the ice gun, the freeze gun. I forgot Mr. Freeze. Everybody thinking it should be Victor Freeze. I like to see that, especially with like the whole city being, most of the city being underwater and everything like that. I think that'd be very cool to see. but and especially in a more realistic setting because I think the last time I got Mr. Freeze in live action was way back in the '90s, and that was yeah, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Um, yeah, I'd rather see something new because, like I said, we've gotten so much Joker over the years. We just got the Joker in the live action movie. And before that, I can't think of the last time we got the Joker as far as like live action. But we've gotten animated. We got Joker a lot. So I think it's time to move on. I don't think there's anything wrong with revealing the Joker at the end of the first film, but I would definitely like to see them go in a different direction. Like maybe if we got 3 to 4 films, okay, cool. Go ahead and put the Joker in it. But let's get something different now. You know what I'm saying? Let's get something different. We got the Joker on multiple occasions. I want something different now. But like I was saying earlier, man, you gotta everybody gotta have faith in James Gunn and what he's doing over here with DCU because if not, nobody's walking through the door to come save it. And we got another one coming in from Yo Suru. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. A dark, gritty telling with Mr. Freeze rather than the campy movie. I feel it. Yes, it would definitely be cool if we got a dark, more serious story with Mr. Freeze. I really enjoyed it. Mm, yeah, man, because we already got campy back in the '90s with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I don't see a reason why they want to go back that route, especially with this being a much more, more serious Batman. I'm sure a lot of you have already probably heard the news that I don't know if it's still just a rumor though, but James Gunn possibly wants to add Robert Pattinson to the DCU. I don't know if it's more of him or if it's more of David Zaslav because he liked the direction of where the movies or the story was going. To me, it wouldn't make any sense just because of the simple fact that if you add him to the DCU, right? Think about it. His character is young, similar to Superman, but it's the fact that in the DCU storyline he has a son, and in this DCU, in this just standalone DCU universe, Batman's still in his early years, so they would have to like switch the story up. You know what I'm saying? So it would make it weird if they did a sequel, Batman 2 or Batman 3, and all of a sudden they've aged him up and now he has a son that wasn't there before. It would look weird. That's just my 2 cents. But yeah, I gotta watch some of the John Campea show because I watch it all the time, yeah, just to see what the new news is and see if there's anything that I could talk about. But yeah, I don't think adding Robert Pattinson's Batman to the DCU is a good idea. I really think they should let the director play out these movies because he don't even want the Batman in the DCU. I think they should let the movies just play out and bring in a Batman for his own universe for the DCU. Let Robert Pattinson finish out his movies and then bring in a Batman for the DCU. That's what I think they should do. That's what I think they should do. I don't think they should add a Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman to the DCU. It just doesn't make sense in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my 2 cents. But trying to think if there's anything else going on. I might do a list of movies I'm looking forward to next year. Um, I gotta let's see, check it out. What's coming out? Like I said, Superman is number one. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Superman is my number one film that I'm excited to see next year. Um, I th- I'd probably say somewhere maybe about top 5 or 10. I would probably put what's the other movie? Jurassic World. Excuse me. Jurassic World will be up there, and I would definitely put Captain America: Brave New World. That one's somewhere in my top 5. And then of course you have Fantastic Four. That's somewhere in my top 10. For some reason, I guess once I see a trailer, maybe my excitement will change. But right now, I'm just not super excited about it. It's kind of like in the low totem pole of like 5 through 10 with Fantastic Four because I just I need to see a trailer. Like the only movies I've seen when it comes to Fantastic Four live action anyway. Well, the first two that came out back in like 2007, 2008. I was in high school when the movies came out. And then I didn't see like the 2012 or 2015 ones with Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller. I didn't see them. I plan on watching it, but I just never got around to it since it got bombed so heavily that it didn't get a sequel. And then I remember seeing something on Twitter later on where it was like the director said he had a different story that he wanted to go with, but I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, with the studio interference, they decided not to go with it. You know what I'm saying? So the story got switched around. And that's one of the things I think the studios need to really think about unless you get the director from the Joker. Don't let them have no freedom control. They need to really let the directors direct and plan out the stories. It's the whole reason you hired this person. Let them write the story, let them direct the story, and go from there. It's like this is the whole reason you hired this person. And yeah, I just couldn't get in. I started watching that 2015 Fantastic Four, and I was like, nah, it's not going nowhere, so I'm good. It's basically the whole reason I started to fall off, and I'm switching gears here with the old DCEU. You know, I think the last movie I saw in the old DCEU was it the Justice League, Wonder Woman, not the second one, but the first one. I can't remember. But I started to fall off with the old DCU. I didn't watch any of the. It was Black Adam. I think Black Adam was the last movie I watched. After that, I just didn't get into anything else. I didn't watch Aquaman, which was the last movie they put out. I didn't watch. What else came out? I can't think. I'm losing my train of thought. It's a little late. I can't think of the last movie that came out before all that. Shazam. Didn't watch any of that either. Not the first one or the second one. I got around to starting to watch the first one, then I was like, I saw the trailer for the second one. Didn't care for it. Wonder Woman 84. Everybody reviewed it and bombed it so hard. I normally don't let the opinions of others sway me, but that swayed me enough to not want to check it out. Everybody said it was really, really stupid, and I just like, okay, I'm gonna check this out. And I still haven't watched any of it to this day, except for the clips I've seen on YouTube. That's it. I just haven't checked it out. I don't plan on seeing it. Yeah, but I really hope that James Gunn comes hard with this new DCU because I want to see him light a fire under Marvel and really bring his A game because he has no choice. He's the guy in charge next to Peter Safran. You bringing in your um actor to play Superman, to play Lois, to play Jimmy Olsen. I really feel like this is gonna be like something kind of like the '80s Superman, not like an exact, reimagine of that, but it just feels like with the Jimmy Olsen, the Superman, the Lois, they really kind of feel like the characters from the comic books, especially with the Jimmy Olsen character. He looks like Jimmy Olsen that you would normally see be powers of Superman. Doesn't look anything like the Jimmy Olsen that we had in the Zack Snyder universe, where he got killed off so early. He does feel like a Jimmy Olsen. So yeah, you know, I'm just waiting for a trailer. I want to see him on board, but I'm waiting for a trailer. Damn it! And that's where I think we probably gonna get one come um the Super Bowl. I think around the Super Bowl is when we're gonna get a trailer. I think somebody said this month, but it kind of feels like it's still early in the month. It's still early, but I just don't see it. I think we're gonna get it around the Super Bowl. Like I said, all eyes, whether you like the teams or not, everybody's gonna be watching. Let people watch for the commercials. I always watch for the commercials and the movie trailers. That's where I think we're gonna get some type of clip or maybe a trailer reveal. And I can't wait. Hopefully I'm off work so I can do a trailer reaction to it because I know it's gonna be nuts. I don't want to be the last one to the party to do a reaction to it. But the only thing I still have a problem with is that damn suit. I don't understand how James Gunn went through a list of suits, and that was the best one he picked out. I don't have a problem with the symbol. I just have a problem with the suit. Like I've seen pictures of the symbol in different places, but how? How did you come up with this damn suit, James Gunn? How? Henry Cavill's suit destroys this suit 10 times over. And it's not just like the wrinkles. I'm pretty sure they'll have that fixed out. It's just it looks like a biker jacket. It looks terrible. You see the photos of Corn Sweat working out, and dude look like he can, he bulked up. But they put this big heavy ass suit on him, and it looks like crap. I do wonder about some of the other cast though. A lot of people have been saying that they think the movie is too overcast, if that's the right word. There's too many people in this movie. So they're feeling like it's taken away from it being a Superman film. And it kind of feel like maybe it could be a Justice League film without it being a Justice League film. I'm just hoping it gets butts and seats. Because, like I said, I definitely plan on trying to be there opening night. Summertime, I believe July, is it July the 5th or July the 11th? I can't think of what day it comes out. I think it's the 11th or something like that. But I got to be there. I want to be there opening night because I know the theater is going to be packed. I hope it's going to be packed. I can't wait to see some of the marketing James Gunn is going to do. A lot of people are trying to figure out how come he ain't got something coming out now. Why didn't he present something at the latest Comic-Con? I was all for him not showing up if it meant him finishing the movie. Some people were comparing it to the Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's different because the Guardians of the Galaxy, you pretty much already had a universe that was practically already set. And this one is complete new. So I can understand why James Gunn is like, I'm going to hold off on showing anything or going to Comic Con until I got all my ducks in a row, which is smart, which is very smart. Same thing with his movies. He's not releasing anything until he has a full script. And I hope that he continues to take his time. I think one of my concerns, though, is that he's only has like a 4-year window. So I hope that he doesn't rush anything. I hope that maybe he does a good enough job that Davies as levels like, all right, we'll give you another 4-year, 2 years, 3-year window. You know what I'm saying? So that way he can continue to take his time with the DCU. That's just my 2 cents. I want to see the DCU kick ass. I can't imagine it being no shittier than what we just got with the DCU. Knock on wood. Because you got the Man of Steel movie and then, the Justice League movie, which is Joss Whedon finished back in 2017. I saw that twice. I sat through it twice. And I thought it was garbage. And then of course you got what else was there? The Wonder Woman, the Black Adam. I don't understand how The Rock thought that movie was gonna save the DCU, even with Superman in it. I don't see how he thought that movie was gonna save the DCU at all. It was not good. I will try to go back and watch the second time. I warmed up to it a tiny, 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 tiny bit, but that movie was not good at all. I did not like the human characters. I'd have been fine if they would have just disappeared after the first 5 minutes after they made their screen appearance. I did not see a reason for them to keep the human characters in that movie at all. Why? Um, but yeah, so again, now moving forward with the DCU and the lineup is different. I am looking forward. The only 2 things I'm honestly looking forward to are Superman and Lanterns. Everything else, I'm kind of like I'm open minded about, but it's like I don't know what to expect. So I can't. I don't want to go into it thinking negative, like Swamp Thing is gonna be trash, Booster Gold is gonna be trash. I want to keep an open mind. You know what I'm saying? Got to keep an open mind. So I really hope that the Superman movie is gonna knock it out the park because James Gunn can afford to let this fail. And then you got whatever comes next after that. I don't really count Creature Commandos because it's an animated property, but it's an animated property. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more looking forward to the live action stuff. The animated properties don't do anything for me. I do like the animation though. I think the animation is really good. I was kind of questioning that. I do think if you take out the Creature Commandos and you put in the Suicide Squad that you have from the movie, it's the exact same thing. It's still gonna be stupid and goofy. It's just with the Suicide Squad and not um it's the Suicide Squad and it's not Creature Commandos. But I hope the rest of the season is gonna be good. I don't even know how many episodes it's gonna be. I don't even want to look it up. I just want to watch it and hope that it's gonna be good episode per episode. Yeah, because I didn't really care for the trailer. I didn't really care for the trailer. So we're gonna have to just wait and see what this movie is gonna do. Like I said, anybody coming in, hit that like and subscribe button. If anyone want to jump in, I do have a link in the description box. I normally don't do open streams, but I decided to go ahead and make an exception with this one. So yeah, this new DCU, y'all, it's gonna be something interesting to see. I can't wait for it. I know that this Creature Commandos has got a fresh score. I haven't really watched anybody else's review of it yet, and I just hope it gets better episode per episode. I really do. We got to be out there supporting this DC, not just being on Twitter, not just being on YouTube and talking about it, but actually be out there in the theaters supporting it. I think we really need like a man of steel right now more than ever. And John comes in, he says, "Do you think James Gunn was the right choice?" You know what? I've thought about that time and time and time and time and time again. And quite honestly, I don't know who else could have got hired. I mean, there's no other person out there like a Kevin Feige. But people have been saying that Kevin Feige maybe just got lucky. Maybe they think that he doesn't know what he's doing. But I don't know if there's anybody out there like a James Gunn who would have got this to work. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who else could have put the who else could have did this job. I don't know. You know, I'm trying to think of somebody out there, but there's no names that come to mind that honestly would have been a good choice. I was surprised when I read it was James Gunn because of the fact that he'd been working with Marvel. But maybe after the third Guardians of the Galaxy movie, he was like, okay, I'm ready to move on to something new. And this was a new venture he took on, being the co-head of the DCU. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that he does a really good job. I really do. I don't know if some people are expecting this to fail or they're hoping it's gonna fail. I don't know why. Like I said, Zack Snyder ain't coming through that door with a contract in hand, saying, "All right, we're gonna go back to the whole DCEU since this crash and burn." There's gonna be some adjustments made. Like James Gunn said, if the script ain't right, then we're gonna have to go in a different direction. I believe David Zaslav will probably step in and put his foot down and be like, "All right, we tried it your way. Now we're gonna do it my way now." That's what I think will happen. Um, yeah, that's my 2 cents on what I think would happen. Anybody out there saw the new Craven movie? I see it's getting review bombed all over. I ain't checked it out yet, but I definitely want to see it just to see if it's bad as everybody says it is. And there's some movies that people say is bad. I don't let other people's opinions sway me, but I won't check it out. Like when the last movie in the Fox X-Men universe came out, Phoenix, I didn't check it out. I think it's out. I've seen some YouTubers check it out, but I know it's Friday, right? Or it's Thursday. Today's Thursday, going on Friday. So I think it actually drops today, officially. Now that it's Friday, I believe it officially drops today. But I've seen a lot of YouTubers checking it out. So I thought it was out today. But I know a lot of the big movies usually drop on Friday. So I think it actually drops Friday, like officially today. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was out because I seen YouTubers checking it out. But I want to see it. I want to see it because if it's as bad as everybody says it is, I mean, it's the last movie in this spin-off universe, and nobody expected it to be the last movie. I don't think I didn't expect it to be the last movie. I thought that Sony would just keep it going with other, heroes or whatever you want to call it. John says, I heard that it was the last Sony movies without Spider Man. Yeah, that's what some executive leaked. There's been a lot of videos on it. I did a video talking about it, basically saying that the spin off universe has been canceled. And if it has, it was the right decision. It was the right decision. There was no reason to continue. There was another story that broke a while ago saying that Sony was not letting Marvel use they're already used villains. So it's like Marvel can't do anything with Venom. Marvel can't do anything with Craven Hunter now. Marvel can't do anything with just, a lot of the characters that they've already used, like Morbius, Carnage, I think Rhino. So there's a lot of Spider-Man villains that Marvel is unable to use because Sony supposedly is blocking them from using villains and stuff they already used. I don't see why they wouldn't just team up with Marvel and let them use it as long as they get a piece of the pie, which I believe they are, but they're not getting that big of a piece of the pie. So they're like, okay, we're just gonna go create our own universe and do our own thing over here. You know what I'm saying? They're like, we're just gonna do our own thing over here and we're gonna see how it works. But unfortunately, things haven't been going good because y'all got this whole Sony Spider-Man spin-off universe and there's no Spider-Man. And everybody keeps throwing out there, oh, Spider Man is going to make an appearance in Venom. It's Venom. This is, it's one of his greatest enemies. He's going to have to make an appearance. And it's like, nope. You've heard about him. You saw an appearance on TV, but we ain't got Jack Diddley. And do you have any insiders? No, none whatsoever. I'm just a regular guy out here on YouTube, just giving my 2 cents. But no, I have no insiders as far as any knowledge on any of this stuff. I just look up stuff online and give my 2 cents on it and go from there. But as far as anything that I know, it's the same thing y'all can find out online as well. I wish I had some insiders, but honestly, I like being on the outside looking in. I try not to look up too much information. Like I didn't have, well, yeah, I did have a YouTube channel when Avengers Endgame dropped, but I wasn't like looking up stuff a lot of time. I was just getting spoiled because of social media. But no, I don't have any insiders, anybody on the inside that I can get information from. And if I could, I mean, unless it's that damn good, I would probably not want to know just so I can stay on the outside looking in. Because dealing with social media, especially in this day and age, is hard not to find out stuff. It's difficult to stay on the outside looking in. It's the reason I probably haven't been on Twitter as much lately because it's so many behind the scenes photos end up out there. There's so many. Oh, we got a story that dropped about this new Spider-Man. This and this and this happening. This is happening with the MCU going forward. It's like I try to stay out of it as much as I possibly can. It's the whole reason I haven't been on Twitter that much lately because I, like to stay on the outside of the story looking in instead of knowing everything that's going to happen before the movie drops. I think it takes away some of that fun and excitement. So, I try and stay on the outside of it. And again, anybody coming in, please hit that like button. I've been trying to work on getting my likes up in my videos. I did put the streamer link out there if anybody wants to join in. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream for. It's just one of them late night streams I decided to go ahead and do. John says, if you look in the right places, wouldn't be hard to find a way inside. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is very true. I just like staying on the outside because, I just don't want to know anything before the movie actually drops. Like I said, using Avengers Endgame as an example, so many people knew who was going to live, who was going to die, what the storyline was before the movie came out. I feel like it takes some of the fun out. Like, of course, you still got to go into the movie and see it actually play out. But because you already know, okay, this person ain't gonna make it, this gonna happen in this story, this is gonna happen, this is not gonna happen, it takes away some of the fun. So it's like I want to be on the outside looking in to enjoy the movie, kind of like how you did back in the early 2000s. You know what I'm saying? I don't have anything spoiled before I see the movie. It's just, I think it takes some of the fun out. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like wrestling. Before when the big wrestlers coming back before their entrance. The Rock's coming back before uh he comes out there like days before or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be surprised with some of the stuff that's happening, and it's hard. John says, "Have you ever read comics?" Yeah, not a whole lot of them. I've read newly Reaperverse comics. I've read there's a Batman comic, two or three I've read recently. I haven't read a whole lot of comics. I've been trying to, um, but man, it's just like the money side of things. Getting a little tight. As soon as I get my channel monetized, though, once I reach that level, I'll definitely probably be going cashing out on comic books because I spend a lot of time at the comic shop. That there's a lot of comics I want to read, but that's one of the things when it comes to comic books in the MCU and the DCU is that you don't really have to read the comic books to follow along because neither the MCU or the DCU is following along to the stories that's happening in the comics. They're just doing their own thing. They just take small snips and pieces and apply it to the MCU and the DCU. But yeah, I'm getting into comics slowly but surely. I always wanted to as a kid, but it's hard when there's so many stories to try and jump into. If I had to pick and choose, it'd probably be like a Batman would go first, then Spider Man, somewhere in there, Superman, and go from there. You know, who's your favorite character in Marvel and DC? Okay, so DC is easy. Batman, because Batman's what I grew up with. I've always been a Batman guy. On the Marvel side, ooh, that's a tough one. I'm about to say Captain America. Honestly, I like Rocket Raccoon because I think he's funny as shit in the movies. I don't know anything about the Guardians of the Galaxy. I would have to say Captain America. Something about Chris Evans' Captain America, such a good job that I really like his character. That made me a fan of Captain America. And then, of course, Batman on the DC side. I had all the Batman movies in the 90s and on VHS. If you don't know, ask your parents. And so I played those things up. That's just good choices. Oh, the villains, easy. When it comes to Marvel, I don't really have a villain of the day that I really like, except for probably You know what? No, I don't have any villains on Marvel side. DC side, easy. Joker. I love the Joker's just psychotic. He's nuts. He's out there. He doesn't care about money or power. He just wants to make Batman's life a living hell. Um, as far as Marvel side, there's really nobody out there on the Marvel side that I really could say I became a fan of as a villain. I guess you could probably say Spider-Man's version of no, I was gonna think it was the Green Goblin, but no, no. Doctor Doom is the greatest villain of all time. Everybody likes Doctor Doom. I never been a big Doctor Doom guy. I grew up watching some of the Fantastic Four in the '90s as well, but I've never been a big Doctor Doom guy. I don't understand what everybody likes about him. I think because he's just super smart and he knows how to get himself out of them crazy situations and kind of just make it bend to his will. I think that's the reason. I think a lot of people like him, but I'm just a I'm I'm over there on the DC side with you know Joker. She's my two cents. John comes in and says he sucks in movies. In the comics, he's the most interesting character. Yeah. I know you can do more with the comics than you can do with the action movies. I said it earlier. I didn't see what they did with him in the 2015 movies, and I didn't see what they did with. Well, I did see what they did back in the early 2000s, but I didn't watch the Michael B. Jordan films. I don't know what they did with his character in that movie. And then he was okay in the 2000s movies, but he still sucks there. I can't argue with that one. They have never done his magic in the movies. Okay, interesting, interesting. Well, I hope they're able to do it right with this new one, as far as Robert Downey Jr. A lot of people are speculating and saying is he just like a vessel? Did he have his body taken over? What's the story with Robert Downey Jr. playing Victor Von Doom? Why couldn't they have got somebody else? A little cheaper too, man, because these studios are spending big money on trying to bring some of these actors back, and it just makes no sense. And a lot of people are saying the Marvel's failing because they're bringing back all these big actors. And let's see, John says he's a mixture of Iron Man and Doctor Strange, but it's much more complicated than that. I can understand that. I can understand that. I would like to see like a Doctor Doom Iron Man suit. I just wonder if when he meets up with the Avengers, are they gonna look at him as Tony Stark Iron Man, but he's gonna be Doctor Doom, or they're just gonna see him as Doctor Doom? I think it would be better if they looked at him as Tony Stark Iron Man, thinking it's him, but it turned out it's Victor Von Doom. You know, and a lot of people are trying to figure out like why is you know the future of Fantastic Four's world, like 'cause I guess it's in the '60s, looks so different, compared to what I don't know. This is gonna be in the '60s, so it's just gonna be look really weird. And John comes in and says there is a theory in the aether, but I shouldn't say much. Yeah, man, just keep it to yourself, man. Keep it to yourself. I like to, like I said, stay in the dark as much as I possibly can. And again, anybody jumping in, man, I do have the link. If anyone wants to jump in during the stream, go ahead. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming, but uh, I haven't had anybody excuse me, fumbling over my words here. I have not had anybody jump in to be a part of the stream in quite some time, so always kind of cool to have people leave comments. Yeah, it's nice to have some conversation. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I hope they're able to do this Fantastic Four movie right. I really do. I love the suits. I like the practical look that they gave Ben Grimm. He really does look like the Thing from the comic books. Not to say I had a problem with the early 2000s, and then of course you had the more rockier look with the 2015 film. But I am, trying to be open minded about what this new Fantastic Four film is going to look like. And I was saying earlier, I really feel like Sony should let Marvel use some of the villains and stuff that they've already used in their movies. It's like y'all done already used them. I don't think that could go. I don't think there could be anything wrong with letting Marvel use some of these villains. We need a Venom. We need, Carnage. I'd love to see them in the MCU. You know, obviously, yeah. Okay, so Vulture already got used, but of course, if they want to bring Michael Keaton back to do Vulture again, why not? I'm trying to think of anybody else in the top of my head. Um, Craven the Hunter, so I'd be interested in seeing a lot of these characters be played out in the MCU. But for whatever reason, Sony's like, nah, we already used them. We're not gonna let y'all use them. Y'all gotta figure out what y'all gonna do with whoever we got left. And it's like, who do y'all got left? We can't use the Rhino. Was it Shocker in the MCU, or was that one of Tobey Maguire films or Andrew Garfield's? You got Electro. You know what I'm saying? I guess some of those characters already made appearances, right? They were in the No Way Home, Electro. But man, it just sucks that Sony is pretty much blocking Marvel from using some of their heroes. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see a Spider-Man and a Venom fight. It's like if Sony was going to go ahead and do all this, they should have found out a way to put Spider-Man in the Venom movie, even though it really didn't make any sense because it was like, what was the animosity between Venom and Spider-Man? There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? It was like, okay, you saw him on TV, and that was it. A portion of his, symbiote got left behind, but we ain't seen or heard nothing since. Who knows? We're gonna see something in the next film. Who knows? Maybe because Sony and the universe, maybe they'll lighten up and say, okay, we'll see what y'all can do. And I think Marvel would knock it out the park. That's just my 2 cents. I think Marvel would knock it out the park because it's Marvel. But I do think again, Marvel got to take their time if they're gonna do something like that. If they decide to do another trilogy with Tom Holland, they gotta have Venom in it. You know what I'm saying? Work their way up, and give us the big fight. And if they did it, I would like to see him get the black suit, but get the right black suit with basically looking like Venom's suit, but on here with the spider web across the chest and everything. Because what we got way back in the early 2000s with the Tobey Maguire films looked like garbage. It was basically a black suit of his regular Spider-Man suit, didn't have the black, you know, suit that we seen in the comic books that we all know and love. That's what I wanted to see. So I was disappointed. I still remember watching the trailer to this day and just how sad I was that we did not get that look. And I tried to ignore it in the films, but it was like it's not working. You know what I'm saying? And then of course you had Topher Grace who suited up as Venom, and his Venom looked really small um compared to Tom Hardy's. But I think the way he suited up and looked, it looked more badass than what we got from Tom Hardy playing Venom. That's just my 2 cents. You know what I'm saying? But MCU gotta MCU just gotta do better going forward. DCU gotta do better going forward. I want to see two great entities, Marvel and DC, doing good. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. You know what I'm saying? Both Marvel and DC got to do good, especially DC because it's like there's pressure on both. With DC, yeah, got to do good because this is the new start. Marvel, they got to do better because this is a continuation and people are already starting to fall off. So y'all can't afford to fail. Neither one of them can. So, fingers crossed that, you know, Marvel improves, DC comes out the gate ready to go. James Gunn said all the right things. I hope he hasn't spent more time on Twitter talking about what he's gonna do than he's been working on the projects. Because like I said, this is his baby. He's starting off with his own Superman, his own script, everything he's put into this. So we're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have to wait and see. And I hope he's ready, man. I really do. I don't know why some people want to see this fail, but you need to get that out your system right now because if this doesn't do good, this is it. We ain't got nobody else walking through that door that's gonna fix the DCU. This is it. And I'm kind of happy that maybe he went in this unpredictable route instead of giving us, like I said before, the Superman, the Batman, the Wonder Womans, the regular heroes we used to seeing, and then give them the big superhero team up. I'm glad he went into a different direction because it just makes it too predictable. And I like the fact that he decided to go in a different direction with it because it gives us something different, gives us something a little fresh. So we're gonna have to wait and see, um, what happens after Superman. Because I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of different movies that are gonna get greenlit in the pipeline from James Gunn. So we just gotta stay hopeful, man. We just gotta stay hopeful. What other choice do you have? If you don't, I mean, don't watch it. But just try and keep your fingers crossed that the DCU is gonna work. Because I just can't imagine it being any worse than what we already got. That's the only thing that keeps me going. I cannot imagine DCU being any worse than the DCEU. Anyway, it's late. I'm going to end this stream. Thank you all for watching. Catch you on my next one. And hopefully get some more people in here. I will be back Sunday at 9 o'clock CST time with another one. Oh, come on, man. Somebody else just jumped in. Well, I was going to end it, and somebody jumped in and they jumped out. I'm not sure what happened. Anybody see what happened? I didn't even my volume was down. Yeah, so nothing. Anyway, um, thanks everybody for jumping in. Like I said, if nobody's jumping in, then I'll go ahead and end it. It's been a pretty good stream. Can't wait to do this again. Like I said, Sunday, 9 p.m. CST time. See, it says device not connected. I'm not sure what's going on. I'll hold on to it for a little while longer. Luckily, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I can go and get a little more sleep. But I'll hold on for a little while longer and see what's up. But like I said, James Gunn, new guy running the DCU, and then you've got the Marvel side of things. Captain America, OG Captain America coming back. People have been saying that Sam's upset, which I hope is not true. And then of course you got you know you got the movie coming out in February. It's been going through multiple reshoots, and yeah, uh, I hope this movie is gonna be good, man. I really do. Everybody was hollering Marvel was back, but it seems like everybody's starting to slide back a little bit because they see that, oh, you got the Russo brothers, you got what is it? You got the Russo brothers, you got OG Captain America, you got Robert Downey Jr. So it's like Marvel couldn't figure out how to develop new talent, so they decided to bring back the old talent. You know what I'm saying? So it does make you kind of like, well, damn, if y'all couldn't get it right with the talent, you know, that y'all currently have, how's it gonna look in the future going forward? This is where I think that Marvel should really continue to try and develop what they already have instead of trying to bring in old talent. Because I've compared it to wrestling plenty of times. Think about it. When you got WrestleMania season coming back, right? WWE always loves bringing in the stars of yesteryear. You got The Rock, you get, Brock Lesnar, even though he's still a hot name. You got just whoever you could think of from yesteryear. They bring these guys back and they pretty much steal the show. And that's what it feels like Marvel is doing right now with the uh with the MCU. They're bringing back stars of yesteryear because they couldn't figure out how to develop new stars. And it makes you wonder, is it too much on Kevin Feige's plate? Is it too much on Kevin Feige's plate that maybe they need to bring in somebody else who knows what they're doing? You know what I'm saying? Is it time for Kevin Feige to step down, or maybe they need to bring in a co-CEO, somebody to take the pressure off James Gunn. I'm pretty sure he has a team, but he's the final head of the snake that, excuse me, gets to make all the decisions. So it does make you wonder. You know what I'm saying? Should you know James Gunn, not James Gunn, sorry, uh, Bob Iger, bring in somebody else to work along with Kevin Feige? He's been doing this for a long time, and who really knows? You know what I'm saying? Uh, what kind of power he has, or if he got lucky. That's one thing everybody's been saying. He got lucky with the old, three-headed monster that you had in Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, and now it's like, okay, all that shine starting to wash off, and now it's like everything ain't looking too good no more. So, you know, we just have to wait and see. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'll cover some topics here. A little bit about Sony Spider Universe no longer being the thing. And then of course you got Craven the Hunter. Haven't seen it, but a lot of people haven't commented on it, seeing how bad it's been. And then of course you got um, you know, DC side of things. So it's been some interesting things that's been going on with just superhero movies in general. And I hope 2025 is going to be a better year. I really do. I hope 2025 is going to be a better year for the superhero films because, yeah, I've said it. I think I said it in 2023 going into 2024, or maybe it's 2022 going to 2023. I said I think this year, that current year, was going to be a banger, and I was wrong. And I really hope the next year is going to be good. Like I said, Superman is the main movie I'm looking forward to. I'm not looking forward really to Jurassic World. I don't care the story they're trying to tell. I know it's still set in the same world as the other previous films. The other three films feel like a cut, copy, paste of the story they already told back in like the Jurassic Park days. They just tried to, replicate it and really turn it into a story that fit the modern times, and it just didn't work. I didn't understand why they tried to do that. And then you had the little girl who was a clone, and if she never would have let the dinosaurs out at the end of the second movie, we never went through all the stuff with the third film. I think it was cool to have that nostalgic feel of bringing back the older cast, but from there, it's like the rest of the movie just kind of went downhill, and it didn't give me exactly what I wanted, which is a lot of dinosaurs on the mainland, which they pretty much were, but they're in their own domain. Just tearing the entire cities. That's what we didn't get. So you know, and it just wasn't my cup of tea. I wasn't super excited about it. So, yeah, man. How's everything going out there with y'all tonight? Like I said, it's super late. I think it is. I'm pretty sure it's after midnight by now. I've been on the stream for about an hour. I think this is probably one of the longest ones. It looked like somebody's gonna try and jump in, and then I guess there's bad service, disconnected. But your boy is still here. I'm still rocking. I don't know how the camera's looking from mine. It looks good, but I know if I probably check this out later on, it's gonna look wonky. Hopefully the mic doesn't sound too bad. If anybody watching, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Let me know how it sounds. I'm trying to adjust it or adjust how I'm sitting when I'm talking. That way it comes out clear and doesn't sound like, because the last time I did a stream, it came out sounding real messed up. So just trying to make sure it sounds good. But this is the late night stream boy is doing. Happy to be here. Happy to be streaming. Like I said, definitely something that I'm making at least trying to make a habit of every week. Maybe depending on how my work schedule goes, probably like just on Sundays, and then certain weeks maybe twice, depending on how my work schedule goes. But yeah, my goal, like I said, is to just keep streaming, keep building this community up. I think as of this video, I'm sitting at 1,666 subscribers. My goal is at least get 2,000 next year, 4,000 watch time hours. I'm trying to hit that. I'm trying to reach that golden egg, yo. I'm trying to reach the top of the mountain. So I need all the subscribers up. Any strangers to come through my channel, I could definitely use your help. Watch my videos, watch my streams, and to help a YouTuber out. I think that's one of the hardest things about YouTubing is you look at where you at and you try not to compare it to others, but sometimes you look at the videos they drop and you're like, man, why am I not pulling numbers? Because one of the things I like doing is trailer reactions. And when it comes to my trailer reactions, that's one of the things that I don't get a lot of good views for. And I'm like way at the bottom of the totem pole. I average like less than 100 views. So it is what it is. It's something I like doing. I'm gonna keep doing. Anyway, like I said, covered a handful of topics. I'm trying to think, is there anything else out there that I could possibly talk about? Like I said, the line is open if anybody wants to go ahead and jump in. It is at the top. Um, if anybody wants to go ahead and jump in, like I said, I haven't done an open stream in quite some time, but I figured, first time for everything. And that's one of the other things I want to do going into next year is definitely link up with other YouTubers. I think sometimes people stream is like bad timing for me. So I think most of the streamers I watch, they don't have, kids. So it gives them the free time to kind of stream whenever they want. I wish I could, but work gets in the way. So I gotta fit it around my schedule. So it is what it is. But um yeah, this is just one of them late streams I decided to go ahead and do since I have the free time to do it, and I'm happy I'm doing it. Like I said, covered a handful of topics tonight from Marvel to DC. Is there anything DC wise, DC related anybody's looking forward to outside of Superman? Anything DC related anybody's excited for to cover outside of Superman? Because that's my big one. Superman is the big one for me. And then after that, you got Lanterns. And I see a lot of people on social media when they pick the actor, I don't know his name, but it's the guy from the Netflix movie. They were saying how he wasn't dark enough to play, um, you know, I forgot the guy's name over there at one of the Lanterns. You know what I'm saying? But I hope he does a good job. I hope he knocks it out the park. I didn't see his movie on Netflix, but I hope he knocks it out the park. I really do. But yeah, it's just been It's been a mixed bag of reactions to James Gunn's lineup and him taking over the DC brand. Like I said, I was completely blindsided and shocked because he had been over there at Marvel for so long. I just didn't see him jumping up to take over the DC side of things. You know what I'm saying? So I was pretty surprised by that. So yeah, I was pretty surprised to see that. But I hope that you know, I hope that he makes it work. I hope that he makes it work because like I said before, ain't nobody else coming through that door to save the DC brand if he doesn't, you know. So you just gotta have some faith, man. You just gotta have some faith. I think that's the main thing with everybody is everybody, and that's another thing I've talked about too. Expectations. You gotta keep your expectations low. Too many people come in here with these high expectations when it comes to these movies, and it's like, oh man, it's gonna have this person and that person in it. Like when they did Multiverse of Madness for Marvel, Doctor Strange, and everybody was thinking he was gonna have a cameo of Tom Cruise as Iron Man. Didn't happen, and a bunch of other stuff, and it didn't happen. And it's like you gotta keep your expectations low. You can't go in and expect all this stuff to happen, and then when it doesn't happen, you disappointed. You can't get mad at nobody but yourself because you went in thinking you was gonna get all this stuff, and it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So expectations have got to be low when it comes to these superhero films. Even if it's a big superhero film like, Avengers Endgame or Justice League movie in the future, gotta keep your expectations low. That's just my 2 cents. But anyway, man, if nobody's gonna jump in, I'm getting in the stream officially now. I think this is probably one of my longest streams I've done. Uh Thank you to anybody and everybody that could, drop by. Um well damn, Jessica, man. Everybody jumps in late, man. Everybody jumps in late. It's kind of funny, man. As soon as I get ready to end the stream, everybody want to jump in, man. But yeah, I've covered some topics tonight. Sony spin-off universe officially dying. Um, you know, the direction of what the new Spider-Man could go in. I would like to see Venom in the new Spider-Man universe. Um, it's morning here. Okay, yeah, it's dark here, man. It's dark. I'm over here in the States, man. I know somebody overseas was checking this out. Thank you for checking out, man. You said this. Where are you exactly? What country? Feels good, man. I got somebody from overseas, man. Kind of like a brush your shoulder off type moment. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's night here. It's late, probably after midnight, somewhere between 12 and 12:30. I think my trailer action should be up. It's nothing major. Okay, okay. Maui, Africa. That's what's up, man. Thank you for jumping in. Make sure you hit that like button if you ain't subscribed or subscribe to the channel. A lot of videos already got out. A lot of videos I plan on dropping. A lot of streaming I plan on doing in the future. I already got one coming up for Sunday. Like I said, every time I plan on dropping, somebody shows up. So it's kind of funny. Every time I jump out, yeah, just put me right back in again. Luckily, I don't have to work tomorrow, so I'll be able to get a little bit of sleep. A little bit of sleep. But I'm always grateful for anybody and everybody that jumps in. Yeah, I talked about that earlier. I did check out Creature Commandos. Yes, I did. I checked out Creature Commandos, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I gave both episodes combined 8.5 out of 10. But I did check it out. I love the animation of it. Some of the characters kind of wonky. Um, I know the main thing was about at least the second episode was mainly about the bride and her origin story, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, yeah, so it was interesting to see that. But yeah, I did check out Creature Commandos. And I did find it pretty interesting for the most part. I did find it pretty interesting for the most part. I can't wait to see episode 3. I can't wait to see what they do with episode 3. I don't even know what to expect, and that's kind of a good thing. See, don't spoil it yet. I ain't seen it yet. I'm gonna have to wait, check it out, But I mean, it's coming from James Gunn. Like I said, the way I see it is away, if you take away Creature Commandos and you put in the Suicide Squad, it's basically the same damn thing. Because when I watched the trailer for it, I was like, yeah, this is basically Suicide Squad, but with Creature Commandos, instead of Suicide Squad. And looking back at it, I didn't really care for either Suicide Squad film. Um, I know it's a ragtag group of creatures in one, and but metahumans in the other. And yeah, it was what it was. It was what it was. But the Creature Commandos show was good, and I can't wait to see what episode 3 holds. I've tried not to watch anything on social media, as hard as it is, because I post to social media from time to time, and of course, you know, um, YouTube all the time, obviously. So it's hard not to get spoiled. But I'm trying to stay in the dark as much as I possibly can. That way, I don't have anything out there spoiled. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the rest of this. I don't even know how many episodes it's going to be, and it's okay for me not to know. I'd rather watch it episode per episode per episode, and then just see it for myself. Let me see. Drastic Vision says James Gunn has done a good job. He just set the tone. Superman won't disappoint. I can't wait. Yeah, I hope not. I hope not. I think he was doing the interview. I didn't get a chance to watch much, and he was saying it's really going to be like a golden age sci-fi kind of Superman story that he's telling. And I hope he knocks it out the park. I really do, because we need a good Superman film. I think the main thing everybody's worried about is all of the appearances of the heroes that are going to be in this movie. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the main thing everybody worried about. Because it's gonna start to feel less like a Superman film and more like a Justice League film, I guess is what everybody's trying to say, with all the other cast members in this movie. You know? So we just got to wait and see. Like I said, I can't wait to see a trailer. That's the other thing about it. Some of the executives over there at DC weren't happy with whatever James Gunn had going on, which I'm pretty sure happens behind the scenes all the time. It was just news that got leaked up. So I'm not gonna be, you know, worried about the trailer, because that only tells parts of a story. And like I've said before, when you look at trailers, not everything that happens in trailers ends up in the movie. A lot of that stuff gets hit on, like, gets dropped on the cutting room floor, and then you know it it just doesn't end up in the movie. Yeah, it ends up in like the deleted scenes, stuff like that. And sometimes the deleted scenes be better than what we got in the movie. So keep your fingers crossed and just hope that this Superman movie is gonna knock it out the park. I just hope that a lot of people show up. It's gonna be a good word of mouth. Hopefully, Warner Brothers puts the machine behind it and does a real good job marketing this movie. I think once the trailer drops, they're really gonna market the hell out of it. I think that's the only thing they're waiting for. Once that trailer drops, it's off to the races. I think right now we're just kind of seeing like snippets, clips, small stuff, pictures, cups, whatever anybody put on social media. But once that trailer drops, then I believe it's gonna be off to the races. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be off to the races. Anyway, I won't hold the stream too much longer. I rather do like a 5 minute window. Um, like I said, if anybody wants to jump in, somebody did try to jump in sooner and it didn't work out. I could try and copy the link again. Let me see. 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 Copy and paste it. Let me see. So if anyone wants to jump in, there's a link. But yeah. So Creature Commandos, couple episodes, pretty good. And then, like I said, we'll see what happens the rest of the season. Go ahead and say 5 minutes right now. 5 minutes right now. Won't lie, I only watched the first trailer of everything, never watched the rest. Yeah, see, that's smart. That's smart. So that's one thing that I've been trying to adapt to is usually I only watch like the teaser trailer and then the first trailer, and then that's it. I think like when Deadpool and Wolverine dropped, everybody was watching every single thing. Everybody was watching every single clip, every single trailer, like everything. And I was just like, I can't do that. I want to wait to see everything that happens in this movie. I don't have anything ruined for me that already hasn't been ruined because there was already a long list of people who were supposed to appear in the movie that didn't. Some did, some didn't. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do the official trailer, the teaser trailer. That's it. I'm gonna wait until the movie actually drops before I see anything else. I don't want to go into this and have it ruined for me. So that's basically what I did. I just watched those two trailers and that's it. And that's basically all I've been doing ever since. I don't like watching too much because in this day and age, everything is ruined for you, and you go into the movie already knowing what's going to happen before you get a chance to see it. So yeah, I don't blame you. I'll go into it, and I ain't watching nothing but those two trailers. No clips, no nothing, because that movie will be over for you before you get a chance to see it. But yeah, it's tough, especially with everything being digital nowadays. You're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you may be on TikTok, and you just see a bunch of stuff, and it's game over. So you kind of got to pick your poison. For me, what I try to do, what I'm not very successful at, I try to at least limit um my social media use. Like I'll probably delete everything leading up to the week of certain movies. Like Captain America, I might not be here making videos too much that week. Especially once YouTubers really start talking about it, who get the early views. Same thing with Superman. Superman, I might drop a few videos, put them out ahead of time, and then once it gets close to that movie dropping, boom, I'm disappearing because I don't want to know anything that's gonna happen with that movie until it actually drops. I just feel like it's too much. It's too much social media stuff out there. And it's hard to stay in the dark. That's basically all I'm saying. It's hard to stay in the dark in this day and age. But it's a 2 minute warning, 2 minute warning, couple more minutes, and I'm going to end the stream officially. I don't think I ever streamed this long before, but happy to go ahead and do it and get this out there. Hopefully, we'll get more viewers in next time. This was just a late night thing I decided to do, um, just to get something out there and just get my feet wet. Just keep streaming and streaming and streaming. But like I said, it's hard in this day and age to stay in the dark when it comes to movies because there's so much stuff out there, especially when you jump on YouTube. And if the more the certain topic you look up, the more you get uh suggested those stuff. So you look up Superman a lot, you get Superman. The Flash, you get the Flash. So whatever you're looking up, that's what you'll get the most. And obviously, with the stuff I talk about, I get suggested it the most, and it is always being put out there as far as it possibly being ruined. Because a lot of people upload clips from the theater, like, oh yeah, this big fight just happened. They'll upload it, probably hope it goes viral, and something like that. But anyway, this is the last minute warning. I'm going to end the stream a little bit. Thank you to everybody who could join me. Like I said, next time I'll maybe have it as an open stream and see if anyone wants to jump in. But yeah, just try and stay in the dark with anything. I don't say everybody goes online looking up all the information. It just takes some of the fun out of watching some of these movies and TV shows because you're already in the know of what's gonna happen before it drops. So that's my biggest thing. But anyway, I'm gonna go and end the stream. Thank you everybody could jump in. Um Thank you. That's my goal, man. I'll catch you on the next stream. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Peace. I'm out.